Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all appropriate supervised ages, outside the dilapidated castle of Grayskull and from the kind of nippy in here, Snake Mountain in the Hobo Jungle, I bring to you another Reno McDallas review. Before I sit back down, I want to show you something real quick. I do have Lonnie's ashes. I'm going to keep them until we bury his ashes with his mother this summer, or spring or summer. And anyway, what we thought Lonnie would like is to be surrounded in his ashes here. It's his urn, and to be surrounded by figures that he liked. And he's a big 66 Batman fan, and a big Batman fan. Loved Wonder Woman, Poison Ivy, all that good stuff. So I figured we'd do that. So that's where he is at. Currently down here in the Hobo Jungle. I tell you what, that's if I get cremated, my kids can't bury me right away. I think I kind of like something like that done with me too. So anyway, so it's been a little bit difficult lately. Been working through his stuff. And, trying to see what's to keep, what's to throw away, what goes to who, all that. So, and time to unwind for me with some figures. First off is Geralt of Rivia for McFarlane Toys. Of course, this is the Netflix version of The Witcher. I've done the video game McFarlane figure earlier. I can tell you one thing about this figure. The box is great. No, we'll get to it. But yeah, his face, maybe I'll see it from a different angle, but he kind of, I don't know, he looks puffy. His eyes look puffy. He looks kind of just not Geralt. So, the lovely Henry. He does not look like the lovely Henry. So, go ahead and pop this bad boy open. I did actually get a trash can for down here, and I forgot to bring it down. So, there's that. Good job, me. Oh, first off, let me tell you this. Forget this for the moment. Cloth good cape. That's something. That's good. I am so sick and so tired of all these crappy plastic capes that you can't move. You can't pose your figure. You know, this lets me pose it. So, good on McFarlane for that one so far. So, okay. Goodness, he's tied in there good. Oh, goodness. Oh, dropped some swords and everything already. So anyway, there he is. And you can look at him being pretty. Let me stand him up while I pick up everything that just dropped. So here we go. Look at him and embrace the beauty that is kind of Cavill. That's what we'll call him, kind of Cavill. There is his cloth goods cape. Here is a sword. Gosh, I don't know if he had more hands or not. It kind of all exploded. I'm sure the wife will want to put this with our figures upstairs for movies and stuff. But yeah, let me get everything unboxed here while I talk to you. Hopefully you've been doing well. Like I said, I've been dealing with a lot of stuff that fellow would rather not deal with friends. But, people pass and you got to do it, So anyway, there is his sword. Like I said, I think there was another sword with him, but I'm thinking of that probably because of the the Witcher video game figure had two swords. This one only has the one scabbard or sheath or whatever you want to call it in his back, which we will put in there. So, I don't know a lot about the lore from the books or the video games, so I'm just going to assume his sword does not have a name, but it probably does, because that's how these things work. Don't know what that was from. So anyway, it does have a cloth. It's got a little ribbon here. You can tie him a nice little bow and give him a cloak. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to kind of check out the articulation and move on. So, got swivel up here. Was that single? No, it's double jointed elbow there. Your standard wrist. And he's got that damn toe articulation. Son of a bitch. Always with the toe articulation. His boot does not swivel here. Let's see if I can... You know me, I can never get a camera to zoom. Probably because I just get too close. And I'm trying to watch myself do this and look at the figure at the same time. And it doesn't always work, and I'm sure you've noticed. So, anyway, yeah, I'll tie that on him later when he's on display. So, but all in all, pretty good figure. From certain angles, it looks more like Cavill than it does like from here. Like this, it looks more like him, but not so much here. a certain angle. So not as unhappy with it as I originally was when I first picked it up. I mean, of course I was going to get it because we're big Witcher fans here in the McDallas household. So, speaking of things we're big fans of, I went down to the Target, and my Target wallet wasn't working, so I couldn't buy this the other day, right? I knew it was going to sell out, so I pulled an old 90s move that we used to called hiding the figures behind something in a completely different aisle that nobody's going to look behind or buy. And so he was there today when I went. So that was after all the snow and all that. That was there almost, 5-6 days? Probably 5 days. So yeah, super happy to get him. But yeah, my first Spider-Man figure that I got with the 90s cartoon logo actually came from that Target. So now I do have the whole wave ordered, and I will actually probably review them. I will review them when I get them, but I just want to open this one. I wanted one to keep in the box later on, so that way I could just enjoy the old school packaging. So I'll hang that up later. But he pops out. These things are double cardboard because they're bigger figures. They weigh a little more than the old ones. So anyway, we'll go ahead and look at the back, have a read. And that would be a really nice decal, or the color would probably be just too hard to get a tattoo, though. But I do need a Spider-Man tattoo I got a couple of friends that have passed and were big Spider-Man fans. I just kind of need to get it for them, Anyway, when Spider-Man's powers aren't enough, he dons his patented spider armor. This ceramic metal battlesuit protects Spidey from his deadliest foes, giving him the time he needs to take it to the bad guys. The bad thing about this armor is now with the Iron Man armor that he had, it kind of renders it, pretty useless, because in the comic book, I believe he got it shattered in 2 seconds. I remember as a kid buying that, because the cool cover, it's like, oh my gosh, Spider-Man's got armor, bro, that's so cool. And then 2 seconds later, it gets shattered because somebody freezes it or something. He breaks out and he's got his normal costume underneath it, and then that was that for this. But, man, I remember that when the covers used to be all shiny back in the 90s to try and sell, extra, and it worked. I mean, I used to have the one that was War Machine, and then one that was Iron Man, and all the ones with the Fatal Attraction with the hologram cards and all that. All that was good gimmicks. But yeah, this was a neat gimmick. I always liked the design, and I just never was too much of a fan of the idea that it never really took off. I'm trying to remember which hand it was with the other toy, because the 90s toy, he had a launcher, and I think it was here. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and replace that with a web hand. If I figure out what they did with the dang web hand, good grief. I'm awful at this show. Why are you watching? Well, probably because you love me and want to support me, and know that I'll be devastated if I can't open action figures for people. So, I'll be okay. If something happens, I don't have viewers. I'm still going to buy the figures, still going to open them in front of camera. So, but I do appreciate you. Hey, thank you. So anyway, this has your standard Marvel Legends articulation. Got the nice ab crunch, titty crunch there. Waist. We got the swivel here. Double knee joint. No toe articulation, thank you, baby Jesus. Swivel up here, double joint here. Moves like that. Got a good click to it. And, of course, head does all that. Yes, fantastic figure. Get it as soon as you're able. I don't know that they're going to end up being any cheaper. So try to catch them at Target, but they're probably going to go up. So just keep an eye out. Like I said, I got mine at Target. I had to hide it, but I got it. And they didn't have any others. So anyway, yeah, great figure. Get it. Absolutely get this figure if you like Spider-Man. So I wouldn't pay above retail for this one, but this one I could see you doing. Now, another one that I thought I was going to have to pay over retail for, and I didn't have to, because thankfully they had some in stock, was the Maestro, or Maestro, depending. Anyway, so of course, this is an alternate evil Hulk. Driven insane by excess radiation, the Maestro, wields Bruce Banner's intelligence and the Hulk's strength to rule a dystopian realm of the future. So, if you've ever read that comic, Future Imperfect, man, that's some crazy stuff. Spoilers, pretty much the other Hulk gets his neck broke, and then he gets raped by some women. Yeah, because that's some interesting shit, that's for sure. I don't know if I would have went that hard, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, I guess, to sell comics back in the 90s. Isn't that Peter David? I think it was. Anyway, so I'm going to replace this hand here with a Hulk fist just to see how it looks, how easy it is. I like to do that on camera for you guys. Ooh, good and hefty figure. Very nice. Yeah. So, it's a cool story. I think he was in... I can't remember if he was part of the team or if he was just there for a little bit during one of the Exile runs. I haven't read Exiles in so long, but that's... I'm more familiar with the Future Imperfect, but I do know he was in some of the books of Exiles. They had like a world tour in 2099 and all that good stuff, so... And one version of the 2099 Spider-Man ended up in an alternate universe paradise for himself. Don't know if he ever got out of it or if that's a different one that's in the main comics now or what. So hopefully he got to be happily ever after. So this figure here, no toe articulation. I'm very happy about that. You got your ankle, double knee. There is a swivel here. He's got his waist. The titty joint doesn't move a whole lot, but you're not going to get a lot of movement with the bulk figures like this. They're usually like got a hole like that in them, and then there's... Yeah, anyway, if you've done the Build-A-Figure stuff for the big guys, you know. Tight joint there, but here you go. And these do actually come off. If you're taking the hands off, they'll pop off, so just kind of watch that. Necklace, of course, it just moves with him. I'm sure if you popped his head off, it'd come off too. I ain't going to try and pop his head off, see how that goes, because I don't want to. But anyway, pretty cool figure. If you like Hulk and you like the Future Imperfect, pick it up for regular. Nothing here that's too super awesome. You know me, most of the time I'm going to tell you not to pay more than retail. But, you know, that you really need the Spider-Man. If you love 90s Spider-Man like I did and do. So anyway, enough of all that. Let's get to the thing you're here for, and that's to see if any of these figures will break down the door to Castle Grayskull, thus ensuring that they are the greatest action figure ever, and what have you. So here we go. Geralt of Rivia. Along came this door. Oh, and toss a coin to the Witcher for his medical bills. Jesus. All right, maybe he's got potion for door face stuff. Okay, so I should probably save him for last, just in case he actually does make it, because my money's on him out of any of these guys. No offense, Armor Spider-Man, but you did shatter in like two panels. So here we go. No dice. Kind of like Cyborg Spider-Man. The arm on that shattered too, right? It was a cast and it shattered. Yeah, if I remember right. Boy, they did a lot of that crap with that armor. They just blew it up, shattered it. It's like, what's the point of the armor if it shatters? So, okay, ready? And no dice. So that's all the time we have for today. I mean, we probably have more time, but that's all the figures we have for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you're doing well and being good to yourself. If you're in the winter areas, staying warm. If you're in the summer areas, I'm jealous. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Be good to yourselves. And remember, free the figs.